Yeah, here we go. I'm TJQUaKe, the ghetto gamer on this gaming thing. Yeah, here we go.
Soul Train! What's cracking, ladies and gentlemen? We are back once again. This is TJQUaKe's Ghetto Gaming Pop Culture Talk Show. And that's right, we're here once again, as I always do, talking about the craziness and the nonsense. And I love talking about the nonsense because we got so many people out there that are clueless as to what is reality. And you got a lot of people that like to play dumb and like to do a bunch of, just out of this world bullshit and give bullshit, talking points. And that's really what my point is for today's topic. As today we're going to be talking about people that come to the Senate, the people that come to Congress when they get on the daggum House floor and they're being basically ask questions, common sense questions on, hey, what do you think about the prices of gas in our economy? Well, why is it all of a sudden going up? And the first thing they want to do is blame somebody else, or they can't answer the question. Now, that's above my pay grade. Well, I'm not familiar with that stance. Or, I'm not a biologist. I couldn't tell you what a woman is.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition? No.
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't?
Not in this context.
So
I'm not a biologist.
The meaning of the word
stupidity, stuff like that. And today I just had to bring this one out because my boy Holly, Josh Holly, man, this guy, dude, this guy is going to be coming up in Congress, dude, because this guy, he don't play games, dude. He does not play games. He gets straight to the truth, straight down to the point. He just makes it happen, and he doesn't play around with you. He gets right into it, and he'll make you look like an idiot. Big time make you look like an idiot. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to TJQUaKe's Ghetto Gaming Pop Culture Talk. And we do video games. I also have my video game channel, TJQUaKe, the Ghetto Gamer. You can find that on YouTube and on Twitch. That's right, TJQUaKe's Ghetto Gaming. I am a gamer, and we do a lot of game streaming, movie reviews. Me and my beautiful wife, MJ, on the TJ and MJ Spend Your Dollar, Save Your Dollar movie reviews. So, you guys can check all that. We got the links down below. If you guys like what I do here, you guys like the flavor of the week, whatever I try to bring out towards you guys, please give a like. Give a like. It's real simple. Just go click like or say no like, whatever, But if you do, then, subscribe and share the video because it helps a brother out. All right, you guys, we are in the new year. Let's get with it. I'm going to go and unshade. I'm going to uncloth. Okay, the hypocrites out there. And I love it when they like to blame everybody but themselves. These people that come up on the House floor when they're being asked questions by Republicans get down in your easy. Okay? They don't play no games. They get right up into it and they tell you what the real deal is. And ladies and gentlemen, if more people watch stuff like this, Forbes, I think, normally always has all these things with the Senate and the Congress. So if you guys are a little into politics, you guys want to know what's going out there instead of listening to the freaking news all the time, watch it with your own eyes, listen with your own ears, and you can see for yourself who the liars are, who the cheaters are, who the finaglers are, who the people that are talking that are basically no good. These are the people that we're voting for. So you gotta pay attention to some of this stuff because then you'll understand why our country is being run the way it is and why things are so freaking crazy. And you'll get over the lies that the media always wants to share with you and so forth. So let's go right here with Josh Holly. I'm not gonna make this video long. Let's get into it real quick. Holly, tell him what's that, dog. Let me put on my headphones. All right. Let's do this. Put that right there and make it happen.
Secretary Granholm, today in the state of Missouri, the average price of gasoline today, as of this morning, is $4.10. Average price of diesel is $5.18. And I'm sure you've seen the reporting this morning that now AAA is projecting that gas prices will hit a national average of $6 a gallon by the month of August. Is this acceptable to you?
No, it is not. And you can thank the activity of...
Here we go. You guys ready for it? We could thank the activity of who?
Vladimir Putin for invading Ukraine.
Oh, say that one more time.
The activity of Vladimir Putin for invading Ukraine, and thank the activity of Vladimir Putin for...
It's always going to put the blame. You see what I say, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, let's think. You can think the reason why we're having these problems is because of Vladimir Putin. Putin's behind all of us not having any gas. Really? I have something to say about that. But let Josh go ahead and handle this one real quick. Go on, Josh.
Invading Ukraine and pulling essentially those barrels.
With all due respect, Madam Secretary, that's utter nonsense. In January of 2021, the average gas price in my state was $2.07. 8 months later, long before Vladimir Putin invaded Ukraine, that price was up over 30%, and it has been going up consistently since.
See? Before Putin invaded Ukraine, our gas prices were already shooting up with this dadgum Biden administration. Oh, but we're going to find out why, because I've been trying to tell this to people all the time. When good old Biden canceled all of, pretty much all of Donald Trump's executive policies and so forth, his executive order policies that he did, the pipeline, all these things that were going to make us energy independent. Oh, yeah, Biden and his administration destroyed all that. Wasn't Putin, but let Josh go in and get into that. We'll talk more. Go ahead. Go on, Josh.
What are you doing to reverse this administration's policies that are drawing down our own supply of energy in this country, that are throttling oil and gas production in the United States of America? What are you doing about it?
With respect, sir, it is not administration policies that have affected supply and demand.
How can you say that when the price of gas was up over 30% from January to... you answer my questions, and it's my time, Madam Secretary, so why don't you answer my question? From January to August, the price of gasoline was up over 30%. In my state alone, it has been a continuous upward tick since then. And here's what your president did when he first came to office. He immediately re-entered the Paris Climate Accord. He canceled the Keystone Pipeline. He halted leasing programs in Anwar. He issued a 60-day halt on all new oil and gas leases and drilling permits on federal lands and waters. That's nationwide. That accounts, by the way, for 25% of U.S. oil production. He directed federal agencies to eliminate all supports for fossil fuels. He imposed new regulations on oil and gas and methane emissions. Those were all just in the first few days. Are you telling me that's had no effect on our energy supply?
94% of the oil and gas executives that were surveyed by the Dallas Fed said that administration policies had nothing to do with the increase.
Really? Had nothing to do with it. It had nothing to do with it. I don't think so, lady. Who you fooling? Had nothing to do with it? Everything he just listed had everything to do with our why we're dependent upon a our enemy. Isn't Russia supposed to be the enemy? Isn't this the bad guys? Isn't Putin? They always scream about, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I find so funny. They always scream about Vladimir Putin being this criminal, this murderer, this dictator over all these things. He's invading Ukraine. Oh, our poor homies over there in Ukraine. Ukraine used to actually be a part of Russia, ladies and gentlemen. And there's a good reason why Putin's kind of doing some of the things he's doing, because, he's trying to keep the West from coming into his country on his back porch. In other words, putting, because once we get Ukraine a part of the, I guess, what do you call the whole global thing that we got going on? Once they're part of our global friends and everything and partners, well, guess what? Guess what happens then? Oh, well, now we can start building bases over there in Ukraine. Oh, guess what we can do? We can actually start putting our missile bases over there in Ukraine. And guess what? Vladimir Putin wouldn't be able to do nothing about it and everything. And now he has missiles right in his backyard pointed at him. You guys kind of see why Putin's doing what he's doing? He don't want that. And he also doesn't want Western values, because our Western values have gone so freaking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and everything. He hates the way we got. Putin and them are trying to get back to Christian, orthodox type of morals again, morale. That's what they're going back to. U.S. has lost all that morale. We've lost our Christianity in this country. It's going to Satan's taking over this country, ladies and gentlemen. Look what they're doing with our army. They're sissifying our army now. Oh yeah, drill sergeants ain't even allowed to scream at their soldiers anymore. Oh no, we got to be nice. Oh yeah. Oh, you see these people over here in these other countries? Putin, Kim Jong-un, what's his name, Xi over there in China. Look at their armies. Look at how they're being trained compared to our armies. Oh no, this one guy did a video on it, dude. It's crazy. I'll show you and everything. Oh, we look weak, dude, compared to all these countries now. And they're looking at us like we are a bunch of idiots. And now all we can ever do is point the finger at people, which is what this woman's doing. She wants to blame Russia, Putin. That's what they always do. Putin's the bad guy. Putin did it. Putin. So it's Putin. You guys make him the bad guy. You make him the enemy, right? He's our enemy, and so forth. Russia's supposed to be the guys that we're supposed to be against. The Russian collusion with Trump, all this stuff. He's bad guy, number one. But yet you guys want to ask for his oil. Can somebody please tell me how that makes sense? I don't get that. How the hell do you walk up to somebody, slap them in the face? Ow! Why'd you hit me? Oh, because you're my enemy. But while we're on this topic, can I borrow a couple bucks? I need to get some gas for my car. I'm out of money. Can I get some gas? Oh wait, slap you one more time. Now, can I get that gas money? That's literally what America's doing. And everything. Mr. Biden and his administration, they go over there, they want to call Putin all this stuff, call him the enemy, call him Satan, whatever, and so forth. And at the same time, they got you all hating Putin. They want to take his oil. They need his oil so that our economy, our energy can still thrive. Putin's looking at us like, he's like, oh, really? Well, then I'll tell you what I'll do. Since how you guys want to keep putting your nose in my business, everything, I'm going to raise the price of the oil that I'm giving you. Yeah, since how you guys need me, the guy you guys hate. Oh yeah, I'll raise the oil prices on you guys. Now I'm going to raise it up to $100 a barrel, or whatever the price is, and so forth. And Putin's just laughing it off. He's just sneering at us. And our Mr. Biden, Mr. President, he's so smart. He knows what he's doing. He did all those things that Josh just told you just now in this little segment right here and everything. He did all that stuff. He literally ruined our freaking energy independence. Now we are fully reliant upon freaking Russia and the Arab countries, okay, over there in Saudi Arabia. We're totally depending on them now. And Saudi Arabia is laughing at Biden like, yeah, buddy, we're working with Putin now. And yeah, we can give two flips about you because we really don't like you after what you called us out about on climate, flow. Oh yeah, Biden went over there and called him all kinds of names and so forth. But at the same time, still wants him to work with him and give him oil. Now he's over there begging for more. Yeah, they've been doing all this stuff. This is all what the leftist Democratic Party thinks is cool to do. They're the most dumbest motherfucking people on the planet. And you got dummies like this bitch right here, excuse my language, and everything, coming over there freaking trying to make excuses for him. Let's hear some more what this heifer has to say, and we'll get on to some other flip next.
In the price of oil.
I'm not interested in opinions of these people. I'm interested in the facts. Are you telling me that these policies had no effect? Is that your testimony that these policies had no effect? Are you telling me, Madam Secretary, are you telling me under oath that these policies had no effect?
I'm telling you that 94% of the oil and gas industry.
I'm not interested in their
executives say
opinion.
that
I'm
they
interested
had
in the
no effect.
facts.
So, no, they did not. Ask
That is
Vladimir
a remarkable statement.
about the increase in demand and the decrease in supply from pulling Russian barrels of oil off the market, thanks to rightly the United States saying we're not going to take Russian oil. Coming out of COVID.
So what explains the increase between January and August of 2021?
Coming out of COVID, there was an increase in demand because people were driving again. When there was no demand, the prices dropped. That is a basic.
So the gas went up because there was an increase in demand because when COVID was going around, nobody was driving. But once COVID kind of went away a little bit, and the lion pandemic started flying away and everything. Yeah. Then all of a sudden, people started driving again, and now the gas has to go up. Really? Well, it's basic economics. You know, people drive again, so we bring the gas up. Oh, they're not driving? Oh, we'll bring it down now. How does that make sense? Nobody's driving, so now you bring the gas price down because nobody's going to be buying it? What? I don't get that and everything. So that was part of the reason why gas prices were so low and everything. No, they were low during Donald Trump's era, actually, lady. Yeah, Donald Trump, when he was president, we weren't having this problem. You notice most people had money in their pocket when Trump was president. When your guy became president, your beloved Biden became president, all shiz went to hell. It went to, yeah. Oh, we're having all these issues now, but you guys want to blame it on Putin. Okay. the guy that shouldn't be giving us oil, period. Because if I was the enemy of America and I was at war with America, I wouldn't give you guys shizzle. I'd let you guys freaking drain out and die. That's the whole point of war. You guys are trying to help Ukraine out with their war efforts against Ukraine. What do you think against Russia? What do you think Putin's thinking about that? He said, oh, really? Okay, so you guys are basically fighting against me. You guys are at war with me too. Okay, I'm going to stop oil production for you guys. Seems how you need it so bad. That's what I would do. But, it's Putin's fault because Putin, the bad guy that we hate so much, won't let us have any of his oil for free.
Law of economics. The prices drop.
I have to say, Madam Secretary, with all due respect, your answers are insulting. And they are insulting to the people of Missouri who are looking for action. Now, you said 2 months ago your department was on war footing. What are you doing to bring down the price of gasoline, which has been going up consistently since you took office?
The price of gasoline is derived from the price of oil. The price of oil is at $110 a barrel.
What are you doing to decrease it?
On
is
a
my
global
question.
Market, sir. If you could let me finish.
If you would answer my question.
I am answering your question, sir.
No, you're not answering the question because he asked you, what are you doing? And you're going on to some other bullshit. Stop yapping your lips and start answering the question. But see, that's what these people do, ladies and gentlemen. They never answer the question. They go around your question. They answer your question with a question. They answer your question with nonsense.
Oil is traded on a global market. We are paying extremely high prices today, just as they are in Japan.
What are you doing to get it down?
Just as they are in Germany. Just as they are in South Africa.
What are you doing to get it down?
We are calling for an increase in supply. We are releasing 1 million barrels a day from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve to try to balance.
So you're calling for an increase from our reserve. That reserve is supposed to be for when we go into a major freaking war or something like that, and we need that gas for some major event that goes down. So Biden's just taking our freaking gas reserves. How are you going to refill the reserves then? Where are you going to get the reserve? Where are you going to get the gas, the oil to put into the reserve to get that back going again? Have you thought of that, Einstein? No, probably not. Everything. Go on. Finish what you were saying, stupid.
Supply. We are releasing 1 million barrels a day from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve to try to balance out.
Who are you getting a call for an increase in supply from? It is the largest
tool that we have to be able
to do that.
Who are you calling for an increase in supply from?
Secretary, please.
Senator Hawley, your time's expired.
Could I get an answer to this question, Mr. Chairman? Who are you calling for an increase in supply from?
From our domestic oil and gas manufacturers, from international oil and gas manufacturers.
Even as you cancel their leases?
Yeah. See, and then the guy wants to cut Josh down because, we're going to get it from our strategic, people, from the people that we shut down their licenses. We're going to get it from them. We're going to get it from the people that we're making it very hard because they put all these daggum, red line situations for all the gas industry, like Chevron, all these people that are freaking getting the oil from the ground here in America. But what they do is they put in all these dadgum freaking guidelines and all this stuff that they, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you got to stay within the guidelines, or you can't get any oil. So they always put all these freaking rules on everybody, and then they cancel their licenses if they don't meet those rules. So these guys can't produce any oil because of Biden and them. They put restraints on them. So therefore, they're not going to ever be able to get the oil that we need, or we're going to get it from the guys that we just put restraints on. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I got an idea for you. If you took those restraints off, dummy, okay, take the restraints off, then people like maybe, I don't know, maybe they would be able to help us out. But they can't do that because you guys keep putting freaking chains on them and they can't do squat and everything. So, no, they're not going to be able to get those reserves. They're not going to be able to get us gas and everything in the nick of time for all these gas prices because they're pretty much kind of giving up like, hey, well, you guys kind of got our hands tied, so we can't really do much until you guys untie our hands. And Biden's up and says, I'm going to help us out and everything, but I'm not going to ever untie their hands. I'm just not going to tell you guys that. This is what these freaking dumb flipnecks do. These are the people that run our country, ladies and gentlemen. These are the people that run our country. And I got one more for you. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I just like to show you guys pretty much the hypocrisy of the left. And what happens when you get them on these Senate floors. When you get them on these Senate floors or these Congress floors, what they say, the things that they do and everything, they try to skate around the question. They won't never answer the question correctly. But when you'll put them into a pigeonhole, like the whole ID thing. Black people can't vote because there's voter suppression because of IDs and everything. That black people can't get IDs and most people can't get IDs. This is the reason why there's voter suppression. Really? How are they driving cars? How are they getting leases on vehicles and homes and getting apartments and things, all things? How do they go and buy alcohol? The one thing black people love doing when they go partying, and anybody else, blacks and Latin whites, everybody, we all love to go partying. So what they go to the liquor store, right? They got to buy that alcohol, right? What do you got to show when you get the alcohol? Oh, an ID. Ain't that quaint? I must be racist. Sorry, I'm going to need to see your ID there. You're a racist. You're only asking because I'm black. Sorry, I just asked those last three people that are white for the same thing. So what are you talking about? No, they got white privilege, and that's why never mind that. You're not giving it to me because I'm black. Sir, just show your ID. That's all you got to do. But no, that's a problem, people. That's a problem with voter IDs because it's discriminatory. Let's go ahead and ask this one lady here who actually thinks that she's fighting for this whole thing about, the ID thing. They want to abolish that. I wonder why the Democrats want to abolish IDs for voting. I wonder why. Could it be the people that are coming into our country illegally don't have IDs? And they could get them to vote for the Democrats. Okay, I'm just going away with this. That's all. Let's go ahead and here's some more shenanigans. Real quick. I just want to prove my point on how these people skate around the truth.
I want to thank Ms. Thompson. I was a state lawmaker for 3 years before I came to Congress. I represent the 1st Congressional District of South Carolina, and South Carolina has had its own history. Very bad history with black South Carolinians, black and brown and African Americans. I recently took a vote to move statues like Supreme Court Justice Taney, removing his bust out of the Capitol Rotunda because he wrote the Dred Scott opinion, the one that said that black and brown and African Americans could not become citizens of the United States of
I would understand doing that one.
America. I voted to move, someone like Wade Hampton, who encouraged the murder of over 150 black South Carolinians during his run for governor. And so I appreciate your comments about the 60s. I was not around then, but I've watched and read a lot of the history and seen the videos.
And the reason why she brings that up, ladies and gentlemen, because in the 60s, yeah, there was a lot of racism going on called Jim Crow laws. We all recognize that shiz and so forth. Nobody's denying the racism, but anytime people want to bring up racism and so forth, they can never bring up real racism of today. They have to go back all the way to the 60s, all the time. Oh, well, back then when such and such and blacks couldn't read. Yeah, we already know that part. What are you talking about now, though? What's happening now, though? Because the racism you guys are talking about now, I don't see what you're talking about and everything. And not to say that there isn't any racism anywhere. I'm just saying it's not abundant like it used to be in the 60s. And the IDs, which is what this one lady is pretty much an advocate for or advocate against and everything, is that she wants to get rid of IDs when you go to vote. I wonder why. Because the Democrats got a plan, that's why.
And seen the moments of violence against Black America. So I applaud your work on that. My understanding is you were elected in 1972 in Texas, is that correct?
That is correct.
Right, and I applaud you for making history, I imagine, in Texas and being a strong voice for Black men and Black women. Coming from South Carolina, we've got voter ID, and I'm assuming Texas is the same way. Do y'all need IDs to buy alcohol when you're purchasing at the store?
Yes, to be sure that you are capable of doing that.
Right. Do you need an ID in Texas to buy cigarettes?
You can't buy them unless you're at least 21.
But do you have to show an ID to buy cigarettes?
You have to show an ID.
Now notice what they try to do. When they ask you a question, it's a real simple answer. Yes, no. Do you have to have an ID to buy cigarettes? Well, you have to be of age to but do they need an ID? Yes. See, they don't want to answer the question the way it's because they already know where this is going. She knows where she's going with this. That's the reason why she kind of tries to skate around it by not really answering it, but answering it. She'll try to do it again, but after a while she can't do it because she realizes, you need an ID for all these things.
Do you need an ID when you're getting a job and trying to get on payroll in Texas?
Yes.
Do you need an ID to go to the pharmacy and get a prescription in Texas?
It depends on the prescription.
But do you need an ID for some prescriptions in Texas?
Yes.
Do you need?
It depends on the description. In other words, well, see, now there's not for everything you need an ID. So, I mean, yeah. Lady, just answer the question. You need an ID. Yeah. Let's not play stupid.
Need an ID to get Social Security services in Texas?
You do.
Do you need an ID to rent an apartment in Texas?
Yes.
Do you need an ID if you're going to buy a house and finance it via a mortgage in Texas?
Yes.
Do you need an ID in Texas if you're going to board an aircraft and fly commercial?
Yes.
Did you fly commercial or fly a private jet on the way to D.C.?
A chartered plane.
Do you have to show an ID when you fly in a private charter jet?
Yes.
I wouldn't know. I've never flown on one.
Wouldn't that be racist, though? You have to show an ID to fly? Oh, my gosh, that's so racist! You don't have no problem with that one, though, do you? Ain't seen you guys complaining about that.
So, did you need an ID to get in the building here today?
Yes.
Do you need an ID in Texas to open a bank account?
Yes.
To cash your check if you're working. Do you know, Representative Thompson, what percentage of blacks in Texas, black and brown African Americans, are registered to vote?
Oh, a huge percentage.
70%. Do you know what percentage of African Americans, black and brown Texans, have voted on average or in the last election?
About 64%.
Correct. Do you know how many whites are registered to vote in Texas?
Far more than African Americans.
72%.
Far more than African Americans. Wasn't it 70% the African Americans voted, registered, and 72 with white Americans? It's interesting. That's far more than blacks, though. Far more than blacks. That 2% more. That's far more. You see the stupidity, peoples? That's where you guys got to watch who these people are, so you can see how stupid they are, how they're trying to pull wools over your eyes. They're trying to play you for being dumb. And then she thinks that you're being dumb. Well, far more than what? No, say what the percentage is. Oh, it's 72 to the 70%. That's not far more, lady. That's only 2% more. Pretty much almost even Steven. Yeah.
You have 70% of blacks in Texas who are registered to vote. You have 72% of whites in Texas who are registered to vote. Do you know the percentage of whites who turned out to vote in recent elections?
I want to say over 50-some percent.
65%. Yeah. Do you know what percentage of Hispanics are registered to vote in Texas?
No, I do not.
63%. Do you know what percentage of Hispanics voted in the last election?
I think it was over 40%.
53%. Hispanics are not voting in as high a numbers as blacks and whites in Texas. Do you know?
There's your other key point. The Hispanics are not voting as much as the blacks are, but the blacks are. We're the ones that are not being able to vote. It's us black people because of IDs. When the Hispanics are only at 50-something percent. The blacks. What was the percentage for blacks again? What was that? Oh, 70. Oh, that's right. It's far more than 50.
The percentage of Democrats that support voter ID.
Would you repeat your question?
Do you know the number or percentage of Democrats who support voter ID in this country?
I do not, but I don't think it's a whole lot.
72%. Do you know the number of black and brown and African Americans in this country who support voter ID?
No.
75%. Do you know?
Black and brown people supporting voter ID. 75%. 75. That's a pretty big number there, lady. That's more than half. That's more than half. That's black and brown people supporting that. But blacks are, we're the ones that are having a problem with voter IDs because we can't get them. Oh, however will I drive my car now?
You know the number of Hispanics that support voter ID in this country?
No.
81%. Do you know where the state of Texas is ranked with black voter turnout in this country?
With black voters turnout? Mm-hmm.
Do you know where Texas is ranked?
Oh, 44%.
The latest numbers that I read this morning was that Texas is ranked 10th. Do you know?
10th out of the entire country, Texas is ranked 10th in voter registration with blacks.
Do you know where Texas is ranked? So then top 10 in the country. Do you know where Texas is ranked with women voters?
Oh, way up in the 50s.
In the bottom third of this country. So I would argue that Texas has a more difficult problem with getting women out to vote than black and brown and African Americans.
Bingo. Thank you for your time, lady. In other words, what she just did is she just proved your entire bullshit and everything that you said about the ID crap and so forth. Ladies and gentlemen, take note to this and take this video, share it and everything. Because what you need to do whenever you have any of these Democratic friends of yours out there that are telling you that voter ID is a problem for black people, go over these stats with them and then let's see what they got to say. Oh, their mouths will come like this. Well, but no, because we got 75 here, we got 80% here, we got this. So what were you saying about the blacks not being able to vote again with the voter ID and all that? You see, what the Democrats like to do, people, is they like to come up with ways to make everybody victims, and that's technically what I'm always here to try to reveal. Okay, they want to make you the victim. They want to turn you into a voter for them because they're going to be the so-called hero that comes to the rescue and freaking saves you from the evil Republicans. Just like they're trying to say that the evil Putin won't let us have any of his oil, even though we call him the evil man. He's our enemy, but we're asking for oil from our enemy. Like the enemy's going to go, oh, sure, here you go. You see the freaking logic behind that, ladies and gentlemen? Makes no sense. And everything. Well, if it wasn't for Putin, you know, the guy that we're trying to freaking fight against, the guy that we hate, that guy, if it wasn't for him, we would have oil. No, if it wasn't for your Biden guy, the administration of the Democrats and so forth, the president freaking closing out all of our power structure, the Keystone Pipeline, all these different things that also took away jobs, thousands of jobs and everything. Yeah. That was going to employ all kinds of people. We would have been energy independent. Ladies and gentlemen, we wouldn't be dependent on, we wouldn't need Russia's oil. They wouldn't be able to hold that over our head. But now Putin can hold that over our head as much as he wants. Real strategical, you dumb flips and everything. But this is what happens when you give power to these freaking flipnecks who want to have all the power. They don't really care about us. They care about the freaking narrative of being the most powerful and in charge of everything. And they get dummies like the flipnicks like this lady right here to believe that there's some racism with having an ID. Really? Because as far as I've known, I've always had an ID. I was able to get IDs when I was in daggum elementary school. I had an ID and so forth. But no, it's racist. No, black people can't get IDs. Black people can't go to the DMV. They don't know how to go to the DMV. Don't you know how that makes it? Do you just basically saying the black people are stupid and everything? That's just dumb. But this lady just freaking destroyed your entire freaking flow and so forth. So that's what my video is today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to come back with some more craziness because you know I do. I always do. I just wanted to throw that little bit out there for you. You know how I do. Where's my glasses? I'm out this mother flip. Till the next one, ladies and gentlemen, this is TJQUaKe. I'm out this mother flip. You guys know what to do. Give a like, a subscribe, and share the video if you like what you saw. All right, I'll be right back at you. See ya.
I'm TJQUaKE, the ghetto gamer on this gaming thing.
TJQUaKE, the ghetto gamer. I'm TJQUaKE, the ghetto gamer on this gaming thing. Gonna bang up, gonna shoot up, right here on the gaming string. Bang, bang, let's roll up, TJQUaKE.